Britt left the General Hospital. Jason Morgan is devastated. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The General Hospital was eerily quiet. Even though the staff spoke in whispers, the atmosphere was heavy as if an invisible storm was lurking within the hospital walls. At that moment, Britt Westbourne slowly came out, surprising everyone. She carried a small bag in her hand, but her eyes were filled with deep panic and despair. No one had seen Britt like that before. Someone saw Britt cry in front of the OR room for the last time. When Jason Morgan first heard that Britt had suddenly left General Hospital, his heart sank. Jason is not the kind of person who breaks down easily, but Britt's departure took him back to old memories, when he had lost people and lost faith. Britt's place in Jason's life was different, and now it was suddenly shattered. Jason quickly entered General Hospital, but the atmosphere there had changed. Nurse Amy saw him and said in a low voice, "Jason, last night Britt was sitting outside the OR room crying. Her whole body was shaking." This statement set Jason on fire. "Britt didn't just leave, she ran away," Spinelli said. There were some unknown voice messages on Britt's phone. Jason immediately called Spinelli. "Track Britt's phone. I know something is wrong," Spinelli said after a while. "Jason, Britt has 3 voice messages on her phone. All of them were sent from blocked numbers. They only say one thing: stop digging, or you're next." Jason's eyes were filled with anger and fear. Something was going on inside General Hospital that no one wanted to know about. And Britt knew it. There's an illegal medical trial going on inside General Hospital. Jason followed the clues and found an old security guard. He said in a low voice, "Sir, some doctors on the night shift are doing something that is messing with patients' life support. There's an illegal clinical trial going on here." Britt caught it. Jason understood. Britt was not only in danger, she was the target. Britt at the motel. Jason saw fear in Britt's eyes for the first time. When Jason arrived at the motel, a storm had started outside. After knocking on the door, Britt opened the door, eyes red and wet, and the fear was clear. Jason said, "Tell me why you left." Britt lowered her head and said, "Because I have to leave, or I'll die." He took out a USB drive from the table drawer. "It has General Hospital's secret videos, reports, everything." Jason was shocked. Inside General Hospital, an operation was taking place that anyone would be afraid of if it wasn't documented. Jason understood. Not Britt. The real target is Jason himself. As Jason looked through the USB, Jason saw only one name kept coming up in a few files. Morgan. Jason looked at Britt with wide eyes. Britt said slowly, "They know you were involved in a lot of old cases inside General Hospital. They know if you get involved, their operation will be over. That's why this plan is to get you out." Jason said slowly, "They want me, not you." Britt shook his head and said, "Both of us. I know too much. And you can destroy them." The air in the room became cold. A high-ranking doctor inside General Hospital is against them. Just then Britt's phone rang, unknown caller. Jason quickly picked up the phone and said on speaker, "Who the hell is this?" Only a terrible cold voice came from the other end. "Jason, you can't save Britt even if you want to. General Hospital isn't safe for you either." The call ended. Both Jason and Britt were stunned. This voice was familiar to Jason, a senior doctor at General Hospital. Now it's clear. The enemy is inside General Hospital. General Hospital CCTV shows mystery man watching Jason and Britt. Spinelli sent Jason the CCTV footage. Jason watched the video as it played. A tall man was standing in the General Hospital corridor. His face was covered, briefcase in hand. And at the end of the video, he was seen sitting in a car, watching in front of Britt's motel. Jason gritted his teeth and said, "They're already here." Jason's decision. No more running. Jason looked at Britt and said in a firm voice, "Enough. Don't run away now. I'll destroy those who are doing this." Britt said slowly, "Jason, can you do it?" Jason's eyes were burning. "I'm Jason Morgan. They started this. I'll finish it." Lightning was pounding outside. Jason Morgan understood for the first time. This fight wasn't just about saving Britt. It was about taking General Hospital back from the hands of darkness. And the storm coming before them will change not only their lives but also the face of the entire city. Britt missing. Jason Morgan embarks on the most dangerous mission of his life. It was deep at night. The motel room was dark, with only the dim streetlights slipping in through the window. Jason had been going through the files on the USB for quite some time, but suddenly, he realized Britt had been silent for too long. A strange tension pricked his senses. When he stepped into the next room, he froze. The bed was empty. The air felt unnaturally cold, as if someone had just been there a moment ago. Britt's phone lay abandoned on the table. But Britt herself was gone. Jason's heart sank as a chill raced through him. A small spot of blood glistened on the floor in front of the door. He leaned closer and immediately recognized. This was Britt's blood. The door was half open, the motel corridor outside marked with ragged footprints, as if someone had dragged her away in a hurry. Everything in Jason's mind clicked at once. They had taken Britt. That same terrifying voice, that mystery man. Everything was finally adding up. Jason wasted not a single second. He bolted out of the room, sprinted through the corridor, and reached the front gate, where he noticed the security camera was deliberately turned away. This wasn't random. This was a planned kidnapping. As he jumped into his car, Spinelli called. "Jason, I got the footage. They took her, in a black SUV. Plates are fake." Jason gripped the steering wheel so tightly his knuckles whitened. "Track the route. I won't sleep until I get her back," he said, voice steady but burning with a rage no human could contain. While Spinelli dug deeper, he analyzed the files in the USB and sent an image to Jason. "Jason, look at this." The moment Jason saw the screen, he froze. It was an old blueprint of General Hospital's basement, showing a hidden, restricted section. It read, "Level B, Restricted Research Zone." Jason growled under his breath. So it was true. The illegal lab is inside General Hospital. And Britt had discovered it. That's why she was taken. Meanwhile, Britt slowly opened her eyes in a pitch-dark room. Her hands were tightly tied, her mouth dry, and in front of her stood a masked man. His cold, unfeeling presence filled the room like poison. "Who are you? Why are you doing this?" Britt cried. The man replied in an icy voice. "You saw too much, doctor. No one will uncover what happens inside General Hospital." Britt shuddered, voice trembling. "Jason will find you." The masked man's smile was chilling. "Jason Morgan. He's next." Britt's heart pounded. Jason was in danger. Back at General Hospital, Jason stormed toward the entrance, only to find 2 police officers blocking the doorway. "Sir, hospital lockdown. No one is allowed inside," one said. Jason stared at him with deadly calm. "I'm going in. What I'm looking for is something you don't want to know." Before they could stop him, he walked straight inside, eyes burning with relentless determination. He took the elevator to the basement. The entire floor was swallowed in darkness except for faint machine beeps echoing from somewhere deep within. As he scanned the wall, he noticed a faint line, almost a hidden outline of a door. Pressing his hand against it caused a click, and the door slid open. Inside was a room that made Jason's blood run cold. Hundreds of hidden patient files, illegal drug trials, surgical instruments, and documents marked Project Revival, Phase 3 were scattered everywhere. Jason found Britt's name on one of the lists. She wasn't just meant to be eliminated, she was supposed to be used in the lab. Jason clenched his fists. "I'll burn this place to the ground." Suddenly, the door behind him slammed shut. A tall doctor wearing a mask walked in. His voice was unmistakable. It was the same voice that had threatened Jason on the phone. "You should have stayed out, Jason," he said mockingly. Jason slowly turned toward him. Where is Britt? The doctor smirked. Alive for now. But if you want her back, you'll do exactly what I say. Jason growled. Not happening. The doctor replied calmly. Then you'll lose her. Jason stepped forward. Tell me where she is now. The doctor pulled a small remote from his coat and pressed a button. A screen lit up on the wall, showing Britt tied up and crying. Jason's world stopped. If you want her alive, come alone, the doctor said. Go to the abandoned harbor warehouse. And Jason, if you bring anyone else, you'll watch her die. The screen shut off. Jason's eyes reddened with fury. If you touch her, I'll destroy everything you've built. Jason stormed out, started his car, and sped into the night. The city blurred past him as one thought consumed his mind. Save Britt at any cost. But Jason had no idea that the harbor warehouse was already surrounded by armed men waiting to ambush him. And in the center of that nightmare stood Britt, tied, terrified, whispering to herself for the last time, Jason, don't come. But Jason was already on his way. And the path ahead was nothing but a deadly game of life and death. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our General Hospital Update news channel and stay with us.